Why does it sound so loud? Can you hear me? All right. All right, it's looking like it's good, let me see. So as you can see from the thumbnail, like father, like son, fatal attraction, we about to get into a story of, I don't know if it's a lot of coincidences or if it's proof that some of this stuff is hereditary. Let me just tell you this. This father and son duo have the same name. Well, actually, it's like 5 or 6 of them with the same name. What else do they have in common? You know what? Let me tell you a little bit about the father, and then you can imagine where we're going with the son. So the father's name is Cola Windbone Beale. Now, when he became known, he was 51 years old. Right now, he's about 59. He was found guilty of murdering his wife, June Carlita Beale. Now, she was not the guy's on here's stepmother, but she was with him for like 15, 16 years. Now, before you say, how do you know he was, just because he found guilty, oh, that don't mean nothing. Another thing that they have in common, this father and son thing, they both like to confess to the things that they do. So that makes it awkward. And they don't like to confess just once. They confess multiple times, for instance.
Police were led to the murder scene at this Gaithersburg townhouse by a call from a parishioner at the church the couple attends. Detectives found the body of 47-year-old June Carlita Beale. It appears she had been beaten to death, suffering blunt force trauma. Police tell us her husband, 51-year-old Cola Beale, called the parishioner saying he believed he had killed his wife. The parishioner gave police Beale's cell phone number. They called Beale, who told police he was in Norfolk, Virginia. At Montgomery County's request, Norfolk police picked him up.
Took him into custody without incident, and then we were able to get a search warrant for the home, investigate the scene fully while sending detectives down to Norfolk to talk with him.
Beale is awaiting extradition to Montgomery County, where he could be charged with first-degree murder. Neighbors who live along Hallmark Court in Gaithersburg did not know the Beales well. Tony Hannaford has lived here more than 20 years.
I was just a bit shocked, stunned. It's sad. It's a sad situation.
Records indicate police have been called to the Beales townhouse before to break up an argument between them.
The information I was provided in the records that we have was one time in the last year we were called to that address for an allegation of domestic violence.
Police were led to the murder scene at this Gaithersburg townhouse by a call from a parishioner at the church the couple attends. Detectives found the body of 47-year-old June Carlita Beale. It appears she had been beaten to death, suffering blunt force trauma. Police tell us her husband, 51-year-old Cola Beale, called the parishioner saying he believed he had killed his wife. The parishioner gave police Beale's cell phone number. They called Beale, who told police he was in Norfolk, Virginia. At Montgomery County's request, Norfolk police picked him up.
Took him
But I
into
just
custody
think it's
without
funny
incident.
how,
and then
well,
we were
not funny,
able
it's just
to
crazy how they have the same
get
name.
a search warrant for the home.
They both
investigate the
confess.
scene fully while sending detectives
They look alike.
down to Norfolk to talk with him.
Beale is awaiting
The
extradition
son
to Montgomery
is
County, where he could be
technically
charged with
a registered
first-degree
sex
murder.
offender as well.
Neighbors who live
That is where
along
they
Hallmark
differ.
Court in
I don't know.
Gaithersburg did not know the Beales well.
What's up
Tony
with that?
Hannaford has lived here more than 20 years.
I was just a bit shocked, stunned. It's sad. It's a sad situation.
Records indicate police have been called to the Beale's townhouse before to break up an argument between them.
The information I was provided in the records that we have was one time in the last year.
Can you hear me good?
So can we hear this or not this at all?
The person that do it,
because I'm not getting anything from this either.
Yeah, I did. Yeah. So in the beginning, everything was good. Can you hear me good? Because most of the times when people see something happen like this, the person that do it, they'll never.
Can y'all hear the audio?
Yeah, I did. Yeah. So in the beginning, everything was good. Like our life was good. But the whole reason they kind of switched it up was like a week ago. When her parents tried to get involved in our relationship and tried to turn her away from me or like ask about me and how I provide for her when I was providing very well, and it just made her like start to act different. I had been there with her for almost 15 months, 16 months, and they had never like came to check on her. I only seen them come to check on her like twice out of like almost a year and a half. And I had been there for her emotionally, physically, and spiritually, but it was like
I don't understand.
When she tried to move on to the next chapter in her life, when her mom asked like how would he provide, now that she about to get a good job, how would he provide? I was getting ready to launch a business. I didn't just up and just wake up and do this. We had no problems at all. This was a build-up of just us taking a whole week. We had been in the house together for almost a year trying to get our business plans together. We had figured out a workout plan, a dieting plan, a financing plan. We had everything laid out. I even helped her get her business launched and sat there with her while she was trying to get her business put together when she had to actually run a church, go to college, take care of herself when she was sick, and also make sure that her parents was good. So at that time, I was helping her hold all the weight. I had the breaking point when her mom kept calling and she was crying like, so what is he gonna do? Like, I'm sorry, like you messing with her head now. I'm in here trying to build a foundation with her, and y'all over this side. So when she was getting ready to start a new job, it was like her attitude started to switch because she listening to them, but they don't know she was crying and on the floor and everything before she even talked to them. So now I'm trying to build a foundation over here with her. Y'all trying to come over here and build, but y'all never coming over. Y'all never actually putting in, and she's never telling y'all what I'm actually doing for her, so it makes it seem like I'm not providing at all. Because her attitude started to come out, because so much was going on, her attitude started to lash out. But then also had things I was dealing with at the time too. It's not just one thing you're dealing with when you just snap. It's not that. It's other things in life I was dealing with. I was wearing a sex charge that I had no involvement with, but my family told me to wear it just because I pleaded guilty to come home. But they didn't want me to clear my name or the face of the person so I could clear my name. They wanted me to wear it. So I was also dealing with that, and I had just found out that I was cleared. I had just took a polygraph and I was cleared. So I was on probation for about 4 years, and out of the 4 years I was on probation never came in the house. But for some reason, they reset my probation after I took the polygraph. After knowing that I didn't do the sex crime, they reset it like I just came home after 4 years. So now they put me back on the high. I was on the low. I was getting ready to get off of probation. I was good. But that Friday she called and was like, hey, I need to come to the house and I need to see where you at. I need to see what the room look like. I said, look, you ain't been in my house in 4 years. Nobody's been in my house out of like 6 probation officers in like 4 years. Why are you putting pressure on me now? And it's like 1 o'clock. You didn't tell me you was coming or anything. So telling me it's protocol, I have to do my job. This is what I'm supposed to do. I said, look, man, I already got enough stress going on right now. Me and Shorty over here trying to keep things level. I finally talked with her. She was like, she ready to go back to work. But honestly, she didn't want to go to work because she didn't want to leave me. But I said, go ahead and go to work. But her mom on this end was putting pressure on her and making her cry and break down.
So then tell me what happened. You had a gun. Where'd you shoot her?
I shot her in the head.
And then you said.
But I didn't just do that. She told me I put the dog inside of the room. I put the dog inside of the room. And I hadn't snapped already. I was saying red. So when I put the dog in the room, I was about to set the dog on fire. And she told me, she said, no, don't do nothing to the dog. You can take me and do whatever you want to do to me instead and let him live. So I did that. I did exactly that because she started making a lot of noise. I did exactly that.
Do you have remorse for killing your girlfriend?
I mean, when you snap, you don't think about remorse. You just snap. So, I mean, do you have remorse if you ever tell a lie? Do you have remorse if you ever look somebody in the face and told a bold lie, or you had a question but you knew the answer but you just want to see what somebody gonna tell you? Do you have remorse when you feel, when you look in the mirror and you know this is not the right way to go out, but you still go out like that? Like how many times in your life do you feel like you have remorse?
So after you shoot her in the head, you then set the house on fire.
And the reason why it made me set the house on fire was because even watching the cameras, like I told you, when her mom tried to get involved, when you try to get involved in somebody's relationship or you speak on the person that they with, I watch you on camera come check on her. You didn't even come and knock on the door. You just called her phone, but you didn't come in. She was dead since Tuesday. You came to the house on Wednesday. I was texting you on her phone. You knew something all right, but you still had a key and you still didn't come in and check on her.
So you killed her Tuesday, set her house on fire on Thursday?
Exactly. But they came on Wednesday and she came on Wednesday, never came inside the house. She just parked in front of the house. So that's what made me fight. That's what made me fiery mad. Like, yo, y'all, like, this is what escalates when you jump in front of somebody's relationship and you act like you want to be there, but you came all the way to the house from Suffolk, Chesapeake, borderline. You drove all the way from there and you just parked in front of the house and you just drove off. If you had opened up the door, you would have realized that the house wouldn't be on fire.
Okay, so after you set her house on fire on Thursday, you go over to Mr. Baxter's house. What'd you do there?
He was already dead.
When did you kill Mr. Baxter?
He was dead on Wednesday.
You killed Mr. Baxter on Wednesday?
Yeah, he was dead on Wednesday.
So, Colin, tell me this. Before we get into that, what's your relationship with Mr. Baxter?
He basically raised me. He basically like raised me. Like I was raised with him for like 15 years, but at the same time, when I needed him the most, he wasn't there. So at the same time, when I needed this and that, just something to get on my feet, he tell me he ain't had nothing. But when I killed him, I found like $20,000. So this whole time, if you had gave me $1,000, I would have been good, just to make it back.
Did you take the 20 grand?
Yes, I took. Anybody would take the 20 grand. If you hit the lotto, you gonna take the 20 grand, right? I'm just asking. I mean, you ask a question, I'm gonna ask questions too. Anybody can take 20 grand if they see it and ain't nobody gonna stop it.
So you said that you killed Mr. Baxter on Wednesday. So you killed your girlfriend Tuesday. Then you went to Mr. Baxter. So were you already thinking to go there and harm him, or did you go there, told him about what happened, and then so what led to you killing Mr. Baxter on Wednesday and day after you killed your girlfriend?
Say that again.
What led you to kill Mr. Baxter? What happened?
It was just so much hate I had for him because when I was growing up, he was there, but then he just stepped out of my life. So when I finally tried to like make that bond with him, he act like he wanted to help. He was there, but then he wasn't there like I needed him. And even though I tell you in distress what I need, you tell me you don't have it, and I end up killing you, and now I find out you had everything I needed. I didn't need 20 grand. I probably needed like 1,000 just to get myself situated. But when I kill you and I find you got 20 grand, you've been lying to me this whole time. Like, don't nobody like to be lied to, so yes, I snapped. Yes, I snapped. And when I brought my cousin there with me, and I did it, it was like, okay. It was like, okay, like I've been ready. Like, you had everything I needed. Yeah.
So he went with you
Yeah.
to Mr. Baxter's.
Yeah.
You guys knew you were going to harm Mr. Baxter, or something happened when you were there? So he went with you on that Wednesday.
Yeah.
And then you guys took the cash. So then what happened just with you and your cousin?
So at the same time, he had seen both bodies. My cousin had seen both bodies, but he laughed at him. He made it seem like it was a joke. To me, it was something like, okay, I didn't want to do it, but I did it because I was snapping. So in the midst of everything, I was supposed to take care of some things with him for some people that wanted to kill him. So I already done snapped. So I'm like, I'm ready to put in some work. I'm ready to go take care of some people that trying to take care of you before I get killed. So in the midst of doing that, he's snapping on everybody that's around us. I'm in here trying to help save you, because I already done snapped. My life gone. You laughing and joking and talking stuff and like yelling and everything and you out of control, drinking, whatever. So I tell you to calm down, because I already killed 2 people. So I'm already seeing red. You still talking to me, harassing me, whatever it is. I said, let me find people who wanted to kill you. For some reason, you can't find them, but they can find you. So if they find you and I'm with you, they gonna kill me too, right? So I said, eventually, you gonna have to shut up talking like that. You talking crazy. So nothing went down. He just started making a scene. I told him to calm down. And still started talking reckless at the mouth. I told him calm down. Then he tried to put his hands on he just tried to charge and put his hands on his girlfriend. So at the same time, I was like, look, I had to break that up. I'm like, I'm over here to kill somebody for you that want to kill you. But you in here trying to fight your girlfriend and you worry about stuff that don't even matter to me. I just killed 2 people. And it should have been on Thursday.
Where was it?
At where he was staying at. Yeah.
You got fed up with him.
I got fed up with him because he kept talking like you not about this, you not gonna do nothing. Like, bro, I just killed 2 people. You don't think I'm ready to shoot again? So he just kept going off and started getting loud and raging. So I went right in the kitchen and shot him right in the head. He didn't drop. He just kept moving in circles. Then I shot him in the back to make sure he hit the ground.
Do you feel any remorse?
I don't feel no remorse about none of this at all. When you snap, you don't think about remorse. That's not something that comes to your mind when you snapping. It's like if you pissed off, if your man cheated on you and you knew something and he ain't say nothing and you find out, what you gonna do? You gonna talk nice? You gonna think about it? No, you gonna snap.
Describe how you killed your girlfriend and your cousin. How did you kill Mr. Baxter?
Well, when I came in with my cousin, you know, he trying to greet me coming in. It's late at night. I walk in, he like, hey. He was like, hey, what's up? And then he seen my cousin all black. He like, oh, what world going? And then as soon as he finished his sentence, I had to shot him in the head. He was gone. He was still sleeping with, where he was laying at. I made sure I used the same gun. See, I ain't got to worry about finding no other guns or who did it. Yes, I wanted to be known. Yes, I did it.
So you say you wanted it to be known that you did it. So did you ever plan on just? I got 2 questions. Because obviously police were looking for you. So were you planning on running away, or were you looking for, as you said earlier, you were looking for more people?
I was definitely looking for more people. But I was choosing my people wisely. I wasn't choosing just regular people. Like when the U.S. Marshals came to get me, it was like 40 of them out there. They had an army truck out there. So if it weren't for the 2 kids that was next to me in the Airbnb and their family, and the girl that I had hostage with me, if it weren't for them, I would have went out shooting. But because them two little boys I seen playing with the ball and playing soccer, I said, you know what, I got kids. So why would I let them shoot up this house and they don't know where I'm at and they catch a bullet?
So you had people hostage.
Yeah, I had a girl hostage with me. That was his girlfriend.
Whose girlfriend?
That was McLean's girlfriend. I had her hostage with me the whole time.
Why?
Because I told her if she leave and go talk, I was gonna kill her.
So when you killed Sewell's you took her with you
Yeah.
to him.
I took her with me everywhere. I told her, I gave her something that said, look, you're gonna play like you're with me. I took her shopping, I took her out to eat, I took her everywhere. And even when her family was calling, I told her, you say anything other than that, I will kill you.
So, hold on. So where in Hampton were you hiding out at? Were you at like a relative?
I wasn't hiding out nowhere in Hampton. I was in the Airbnb chilling. I had the upstairs, downstairs, kitchen, flat screen TVs. I had weed. I was good. I wasn't stressing about nothing. I can't hear you.
Was the Airbnb in Hampton or where was the Airbnb?
It was in Hampton.
It was in Hampton. It was where they found it.
Yeah.
And did you order that Airbnb after all of this, like on Thursday, or were you already in that?
I had already planned on it because with 20 grand, I was trying to get a house. I was trying to get a house for like a month. So, I mean, I was definitely watching y'all broadcasts. I did some good broadcasts. But at the same time, I was sitting there watching y'all the whole time. I had to roll past all the houses where I did this shit at like back to back. Like I had to roll past like twice. You know what I'm saying? I hadn't even went in one of the houses the second time.
Thank you.
I have a question, but it's
Go ahead.
Cole, you mind me asking you about your parents?
My parents?
Yeah. So, was your parents Cola Beale and June Beale? Who were your parents?
Nah, June Bill got killed by my dad.
Okay, so that was your dad.
That was my dad. That was when I was locked up, when I was doing my 6-year bid. He killed his wife.
Okay. So, okay. Because I saw that and I didn't know if there was a connection there, but that was your dad.
That's my blood dad, yeah.
You know, I'll be honest with you, it's not typical for me to have people in your position. You're being very open about what happened. Your dad did something similar, right? So
He did it twice. He tried to kill my mom when I was almost 6 months old. I was less than a year old, and she survived it. She survived all the gunshots. He tried to empty the clip in front of her, or however the story went. But she survived it, and he went away from my life for 15 years. He came home when I was like 15. So,
A lot of people in your position would say, I didn't do this.
I mean, I made sure it's known that I did it because as a man, I will take up for my wrongdoings. But in all of this, I will tell people you gotta check up on your loved ones because at every time, nobody was checking up on none of these people.
And that made you want to kill more?
That don't, okay, so you don't think about killing more behind that. See, this is two separate questions. You said, you said so that didn't make me think to do that. None of this had nothing to do with that. I snapped on my cousin for a simple reason. I snapped on my dad for a reason. And I snapped on my girlfriend for a different reason. None of this had nothing to do with what they liked and what they was dealing with. But I can honestly tell you, when people say they checking on you, they not really checking on you. You're not okay. And if you still walk around like you're okay, and something like this happens, nobody knows.
So let me get this straight. You just admitted to us to killing 3 people.
Yep.
Your advice to people at home is to go check on their loved ones?
Yes, because somebody checked on their loved ones, but they didn't know they was dead on Tuesday. They didn't know they was in there dead since Tuesday, but they left. And they didn't know till when? When the house set on fire? Thursday?
But Cola, you recognize that even if they would have checked on them, it wouldn't have mattered. They would have already been dead under those circumstances. I mean, Mr. B, you knew
I went in to get everything. I went in to get everything. I had like 20 guns. Man. I was definitely ready to, you know what I mean, go on a nice little run.
So, did you, I'll ask this, did you harm anybody else in the process that no one has found out about yet?
No, but I was getting ready to pop back out in the daylight, and I definitely was about to do something. If they hadn't picked me up, last night, I definitely would have got out and let out some more steam, because at the end of the day, nobody hears you when you talking regular. You got to do something like this, and now everybody in your face trying to ask you questions. So it's like, okay, and now everybody got something to say, but when you telling them what's really wrong with you, ain't nobody got nothing to say.
Are you prepared to take whatever penalty a judge or a jury decides?
I'm glad to take whatever it is, because I done lived my life here. This is over with now. It's over with now. So when you talking to me now, I'm speaking to you from just straight me here right now in this world. The next thing I'm gone. I done lived my life. I was gonna do it differently, but it went out like that. So it's over with. No problem. No problem.
I think there's another group coming out for another interview.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. I'm gonna make sure. Can y'all give me some water, please?
You guys talk.
Hey, are these your guys' microphones?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna bring them back down to you. All right, look, man, I gotta get your microphone from you here. I guess the other groups they're trying to be off in your face, but
Ain't no way I can get no water. Earlier they had one camera over there and they had one camera right there. They had a bunch in the corner like that. Yeah, I can hear you.
Why do you want to kill as many people as possible? Have you ever had violent thoughts before?
So I can't hear you right now. All I'm hearing is keys. I can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Why do you want to kill as many people as possible? Have you ever had violent thoughts before?
Nah, I was just to the point where I already knew after the first one, it was a wrap. Know what I mean, I had enough ammo. I had enough ammo to kill a lot of more people. But know what I mean, I guess it's thankful that the U.S. Marshals got me through whatever. You know what I'm saying? Because I definitely was about to get out the next day and do something.
What kind of punishment do you think you should receive?
Well, I want the electric chair because I'm ready to leave on. I'm ready to move on. It's it. Know what I mean, it's over with. I love my family. I love my kids. I love my business. You know what I mean? Of course, my girlfriend. Everything is gone. So the electric chair would be the best thing for me.
Would you like to apologize?
Nah.
Why?
Cause what's done is done. I ain't gonna have no remorse. They ain't gonna have no remorse. So I mean, I'm gonna keep it just like I sent it. I did everything individually for a different reason.
I know earlier you said you had 20 guns. We're curious where you got those 20 guns.
Well, I thought I shot my pops in the head. I thought I shot my stepdad in the head. Know what I mean? They was all scattered through the house.
20 guns?
Yeah, about 20 guns and about $20,000.
Okay. And, earlier you said you don't feel remorse for what you did. Why don't you?
Nah, for what? I mean, I'm about to, know what I mean? I'm not living no more. I'm just here. I'm just in jail right now. Had I just got into a shootout with the U.S. Marshals, I would have been dead or still on the run if they ain't finished me. So I wouldn't even be sitting right here in front of you. I just sitting right here in front of you because the house that was next to me in the Airbnb had 2 little boys in it and a family, and I knew they was in the house, so I knew if I came out shooting, it was a chance they could have got killed. I ain't want my kids to get killed. So I ain't even come out shooting. I let the shorty go, and I just walked out. I mean, I ain't even do it. I could have shot it out to the death, but it ain't matter.
And you talked to the media. This is the second time today you talked to the media. Why are you talking to us?
Because at the end of the day, this is my last time. This is our last time hearing my voice. After that, I mean, it's over with.
What were you doing when you were arrested?
I was asleep. I had just took a shower and I was asleep. I was playing some music. I just lay down, went to sleep, and I heard this big truck come up. It was like an army truck come up. Every time I looked out the window, they kept saying left, right, left, right. I knew it was them.
Did you want to get caught?
Hell no. And when you on the run, that's the whole point, not to get caught. I mean, keep doing as much damage as you can do and keep staying on the run. I mean, who goes on the run and want to get caught?
Did you plan to kill others? And if so, was it, anybody specific or just?
I mean, I had a few people in mind, but I mean, I can't get to them now. You know what I'm saying? And it was just people who did me wrong, people who did like crazy shit, like people that deserve that shit. You know what I mean? That ain't see it coming, but it's too late to speak about that now.
When you say that they deserved it, how did they wrong you?
Well, I mean, I had my own reasons.
Paula, have you committed other crimes that law enforcement is not aware of?
Nah.
And in earlier interviews, you said you snapped, and that's when this whole thing started. What made you snap?
So what made me snap was, it was like I was to the point where I had so much stuff was going on between me, probation, everything. Like the probation really made me snap because they reset my probation after 2 years and I ain't did shit wrong. And then they found out I wasn't even guilty of a sex charge that I was wearing for 4 years. And when they didn't want to fix it, they made me wear the shit. Even after I took a polygraph, after I took the polygraph, they found out the sex charge was some bullshit. And they still said I had to go through the process of the sex offender program, the class, but they probation officers didn't do their job. So they reset my probation for a low when I won't really have to see my probation officer for like every 3 months to every day, two house visits, to me showing up to the office once a month. Like I had to reset my whole life again, like I just came home. So I figured, hey, you know what I mean, if y'all can keep putting this pressure on me for some shit I ain't doing, I might as well be doing some shit and y'all can hear me.
So why kill your girlfriend?
So that was another reason. That was a whole other reason. I told you each person had a different reason why I did it. It won't just like I just woke up and said I'm gonna kill my girlfriend. It won't like that. You know what I mean? It was the outsiders. It was her mom who was trying to like orchestrate her into moving away from me when I had been there for her daughter the whole time while I want nobody around. I had been staying there at the house with her for almost 2 years. I ain't seen them but 2 times come to the house. So she didn't even want to start a new job. She asked me if I was cool with her starting a new job. I was like, yeah, why not? I was about to start my business. But it comes to her mom, like she asked her just like this. She said, well, what about him? He ain't working, but he providing for himself, but what about him? What he gonna do? So it started messing with her. She started breaking down, crying, all that other stuff. And now I'm in there taking care of her because her mom called her crying about that. So, and what really pissed me off was I had killed her on Tuesday when we got into it. So her mom pulled up to the house on Wednesday. I had her phone. I'm texting her mom back and forth like I'm hurt. And she knew something was wrong. But remember, I told you I ain't seen her twice in the whole almost 2 years come to the house. So her mom drives to the house. I'm watching you on camera pull up. You drove all the way about 30 minutes to the house from Suffolk to see if she was okay. You had a key to the house. You did not go in the house to see if she was okay. So that already told me you really didn't care, but you cared enough to say something to her about me, to fuck up what we had going on. So now I was like, fuck it, that pissed me off even more. So I was like, look, I'm gonna set that shit on fire. I don't even care. Because you didn't even care to open up the door to see if she was all right. She been in there. So that's when I went back and did that. Set that on fire, set the car on fire. You know what I mean? I even ran through the fire trying to get out. I almost got locked into the fire.
Well, you killed 3 people. In 2014, your dad killed your stepmom. Why do you think your dad killed
I was locked up at the time when he did it. She was writing me all the time. She had wrote me in a letter, and at the end of the letter, she told me she knew she was about to go.
Why?
She said she felt it. She felt like she wasn't gonna be here no longer. She felt like it was almost close to the end. And that kind of hurt me, cause I was like, damn, that was the only one really writing me when I was gone. Yeah, and for him to do that, that was like another crushing, that was like another pain. I didn't know what he felt. But, I mean, I tried to stay in contact with him, but when I came home, I just cut him off. And right before I started to try to get back in contact with him, that's when this happened.
A minute ago when you were answering one of my colleagues' questions, you said you snapped, and that's kind of what started all of this. Do you feel right now you're in sound mind talking to us right now?
To be in a sound mind right now is not even, cause all I'm doing right now, I keep seeing flashbacks of everything, like everything when I did it and everything people were saying to me before they left. Like I'm still visualizing that now. It's playing back like it's on repeat right now in my head, and all I'm seeing is red. All I see is fire. I don't see no green. I don't see no colors right now. All I see is red. I can see red all over your face right now. I don't see nothing. You know what I'm saying? So at the same time, I'm just here right now.
Even as you're seeing these flashbacks, no remorse for what you did?
Nah, because what's done is done. I ain't gonna cry about it. I gotta move through it now until they put me in the chair. However fast that take.
And then earlier today, you mentioned the dog. Just to clarify, did you kill the dog or did the dog die in the fire?
The dog died in the fire, but I let the dog live because that's what she told me to do. She said, look, don't hurt him. Know what I mean? I was gonna set him on fire. She said, don't hurt him. He had nothing to do with this. This is all my fault. This is me. She said it was her fault because she let her mom come in and kind of mess with her head. I said, look, man, don't you? I said, so that's how you feel. She was like, look, whatever you gonna do to him, do it to me. So that's when I shot her in the head.
Do you have an attorney at this point?
I probably don't need one. If anyone represent me, cool, but they don't, it don't even matter. It don't even matter to me right now. I know I ain't gonna see the light of day again. So when you know you ain't gonna see the light of day, your family, nothing, you ain't gonna see no money, no nothing, what do you care about seeing people for now? I done lived my life. This is it. All y'all I'm seeing right now, this is my last time to see y'all unless I see y'all on TV.
So you're satisfied with your fate?
I'm already reaching my fate right now. That's why I'm talking to y'all.
What was the message you were trying to send whenever you killed your girlfriend?
You said what was the what?
What was the message you were trying to send when you killed your girlfriend?
The message? It wasn't really a message. I snapped. And when she told me take her and do whatever to her instead of the dog, that let me know right there you was already ready. She already was ready. She was ready to go. Like she went out fight. She was ready to go. She was like, nah, I'll take that. So I left the dog alive, but then I came back to the house and set it on fire, and then I watched the dog burn alive.
And now you keep saying that you were angry with her family. When these problems came up, did you and your girlfriend talk about?
We spent the whole week talking. We spent the whole week talking about her starting her job and everything. And she cried because she had been in the house with me for a year. This week we helping each other launch our businesses. Know what I mean? Get our credit, everything straight. We had everything level, but it was the outsiders coming in, fucking it up for her and putting her in this mode. And I couldn't stop it because they had her. I didn't. And it wasn't her dad, it was her mom. Her dad was cool. He didn't say much. It was her mom that got in her head because she kept questioning to the point she broke down like 3 times crying about it. Because we had just got through it of us like separating, she going to work, I'ma still be at home, but then I'm about to launch my business. Like, it was like, we was good. We had finally got in the comfort zone. We was just getting stuff prepared for the house. I was getting her stuff prepared for her office when she get her desk or her new job. But that ain't work. It ain't work.
Do you feel sad that the life that you and her had planned is not going to happen anymore?
Yeah. I feel sad every time I think about it because I be trying to reset it to see like how I could have stopped it, but I just get stuck with everything else that happened after that. So what was the question?
What do you think about that? That he did the same thing as your dad?
I tried to keep from following in his footsteps, but for some reason, when I snapped, it was so much going on, and at the time, I wasn't seeing nothing else but red. It was just so much. It was so much I was dealing with from left and right, and I got tired, man. I got real tired, and when I had people outside orchestrating on my relationship when we was good, it was like I couldn't win. I couldn't win at all. You can't have a relationship with somebody on the outside controlling it at the same time when this is what you want and that's what they want. And that's what we talked about for a whole week. And for some reason, if you don't like me and I'm with somebody that's your family, you don't have to deal with me. You don't have to talk with me. But that wasn't how it was presented in the beginning. So in the end, when we finally made it through and she was about to get her job, we thought we was good. But that question came up.
Are you satisfied with that? Are you at peace with that? That you became the same person your father was?
Nah, hell no. Because now I got a son that I got a son now that I probably won't be able to talk to anymore. Or if his mom is cool or however it goes, however their life goes behind my actions, I just hope that he can break it. That's why I ain't give him my last name. That's why I ain't give him my name. He 3. That's why I ain't give him my name, so he ain't got to worry about living with this name.
Going back to your girlfriend, had you ever hurt her before this instance?
Never.
Never hit her?
Never did that.
If not for you snapping and killing your girlfriend, would you have killed, or do you think that you would have killed your father figure, Mr. Baxter, as well as your cousin?
Nah.
So she was what led to the whole.
She was one of the only people that really could like keep me level. Like she was there. She was cool. You feel me? So after I had did that, it was like she was the only one that could like keep me sane from all the crazy stuff that was going on around me. So when she was gone, I felt like my whole world was gone. But after I had snapped, that was it.
Is there anything else you want to add?
Is there anything else I want to add?
Yeah, anything else?
I just want my family to know if I don't talk to him ever again that, I mean, I know y'all feel some type of way about it, but I have no remorse about it. I mean, I tried calling, but I have no remorse about it. I did not just kill my cousin just to kill him. I was out there to help him kill some people that wanted to kill him. But instead of doing that, he put my life in jeopardy, and now he ended up getting killed by me because he wanted to move in circles and scream and try to beat on his girlfriend and all that in front of me. And I was in the house with him for at least, 48 hours. And for him to even go off and keep going off, and I told him I just killed 2 people, and you seen both of the bodies, and you laughed at him. Yes, I'm angry. Yes, I ain't trying to hear it. So yes, I blacked out on him. I told him, look, stop, calm down. Whole bunch of yelling, he raging. So I said, all right, bet. So when I went in the kitchen, I just headshot him, and then he ain't dropped, so I shot him in the back. So just for that, I mean, the family know it. So all I can say is I hope and I hope that my son be better than me, and I mean, he ain't got to worry about having a name, but be stronger than me and do better and make sure he take care of his family. At least he got a chance.
Cola, do you have anything that you would like to say specifically to your son?
Yeah, I have a lot to say. So even a week before this happened, I left a video recording in his tablet at his grandma's house. So if something ever happened to me, he can listen to it. And it was just kind of like building him up, kind of like talking to him as if I was gone already. Like for some reason, it felt like I was leaving like I was about to leave the world anyway. So I had already left him like a farewell message way before I felt all this. And it was wild because now this happened. I didn't see this happening. But I recorded a video in his tablet, so if he ever see it getting older, he'll know what I meant for him. So, I mean, if I were to say something to him now, I'd say continue to be strong, pay attention, be the best he could be, you know what I mean? Be there to protect his mom, take care of his grandma while he here, you know what I mean? Listen to his mom. And for whatever else he could do, stay active and like something that can keep his mind focused on what he want to do. You know what I mean? And I love him. You know what I'm saying? And my daughter as well. She should be 13.
Armed and dangerous, police are warning about a man they say has killed 3.
Can y'all hear me? Look at the chat. Because I realized in the beginning, I couldn't hear the video I was playing, but I guess you guys could hear it fine. And I was talking over it. And it's when they was discussing his father. And I wanted to talk to y'all about the father, about the son, about the grandson who has a different name. Do y'all think any of this is hereditary? I want y'all to, I mean, there's a lot to unpack. Both of them have the same name. Both of them murdered at least one person they was in a relationship with, right? But what I didn't know is what he said is that his father actually tried to murder his mother, shot her up, but his mother survived when he was a baby, and then ended up successfully killing his wife later on. That is crazy. I'm not saying that they are crazy. I'm saying the amount of coincidences around these two men with the same exact name is crazy to me. And the fact that there's a son out there who doesn't have the same name but may have some of this, I don't know. Is that fair to say? Is that not proper? I don't know. I don't know. This is very unsettling. Now, as you can see, Beale the fifth, I believe it is, he confessed on the news. He said he's, you know, he wants a death penalty. He wants to get this done and over with. There's still formalities legally that he has to go through. So he has another court date coming up. I will keep you guys updated. But before we go, I do want to play that other video without me talking over it, just so y'all can hear about the father. Let me see.
Police were led to the murder scene at this Gaithersburg townhouse by a call from a parishioner at the church the couple attends. Detectives found the body of 47-year-old June Carlita Beale. It appears she had been beaten to death, suffering blunt force trauma. Police tell us her husband, 51-year-old Cola Beale, called the parishioner saying he believed he had killed his wife. The parishioner gave police Beale's cell phone number. They called Beale, who told police he was in Norfolk, Virginia. At Montgomery County's request, Norfolk police picked him up.
Took him into custody without incident. And then we were able to get a search warrant for the home, investigate the scene fully while sending detectives down to Norfolk to talk with him.
Beale is awaiting extradition to Montgomery County, where he could be charged with first-degree murder. Neighbors who live along Hallmark Court in Gaithersburg did not know the Beales well. Tony Hannaford has lived here more than 20 years.
I was just a bit shocked, stunned. It's sad. It's a sad situation.
Records indicate police have been called to the Beale's townhouse before to break up an argument between them.
The information I was provided in the records that we have was one time in the last year we were called to that address for an allegation of domestic violence.